Ever once has an adult tried to stop you from doing it?
Yeah, we called it so many times, man. That shit just be funny.
How do they try and stop you?
You think your life is funny? Tommy G, the subway surfers of New York. They real?
A warning tonight about the deadly dangers of so-called subway surfing in New York City. Yesterday, an 11-year-old boy died trying to surf a subway car.
Why? Go home. You're not in Divergent, buddy. Where's the Divergence?
We hop on the 7 train. I was like, this is the 7. This is a train line that I've never surfed before. So I'm gonna take the chance to surf it right now. There's this little metal beam lined up at the entrance of the stop that was like in perfect correlation with my head.
I was like, yo, Terrell, look at this shit, it's crazy. Hope you ain't doing no dumb like this. He was like, nah, hell no. I don't do no stupid
hell
shit.
No.
And come to find out, like, he might have even been in that video.
No surfing or riding outside of trains under any circumstances. Social media is not worth your life. Ride inside, stay alive.
Whoa. Well, y'all don't got better things to do? Surf a damn train.
Can we get these guys and get out of here? Let's go.
Growing up younger, I didn't really get treated with like any respect or like love. Just made me become who I am.
That made you become a delinquent subway surfer? Do better.
A disturbing trend is ripping through New York City. Young men are risking their lives, leaping onto moving subway trains, riding the metal beast in a dangerous game of subway surfing. Reckless behavior amongst the youth is not new. It's been a part of history for millennia. But this story has a modern twist. Much like the viral Kia Boy phenomenon, the rise of subway surfing can be directly traced to social media, where the pursuit of fleeting fame drives young men to risky extremes. But these brief moments of internet glory can come at a devastating cost. The harsh reality is that some New York families will never see their sons again because of this deadly trend. Warning, what you see in this video should not be replicated in any manner.
Yeah,
this is highly dangerous, and doing this stunt is not worth your life. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, please let him know, Tom. New York City, 1 p.m.
We're here at Court Square Station to cover a very serious, interesting, and controversial story. There's these subway surfing kids. They hop up on this train right here, and it might be the last thing they ever do.
Are you guys aware that there's kids that ride this subway, that surf it? Have you ever heard of those kids?
Yeah.
What would you want to tell those kids if you could?
Stop doing that.
Think about your life.
Yeah, your life is more important. Exactly. You got a long life to live.
What would you do if your son was caught doing that?
Oh my God. I might have to strangle him. Another one just died on the train.
When did that happen?
Earlier today on the F train. A little kid riding on the train coming from school.
An 11-year-old boy from Brooklyn fell off the train and onto the tracks after pulling the dangerous stunt.
The boy was on the roof, subway surfing, on top of a G train in Park Slope, Brooklyn, bound for Queens.
What is it about young men you think that are just willing to do this?
You see people doing it on the TikTok, then everybody want to follow it.
Don't follow these other videos just for views that you go Bible. Nah, your life comes first.
Bro, your life is way more important than some viral video.
It is good right now.
Okay.
Especially with this
I was
stupidity.
talking to a couple on the way here. They said a kid died on the F train today.
That did just happen literally this morning. 10:15 this morning, some kid cut class, went on the F train, your 4th Ave 9th. There's a bridge, and when someone's inexperienced and they don't think about that shit, they'll do it, they don't think about that.
Why are they
as a
experienced
result,
in this?
They can't get downtime. He probably hit the bridge and fell under, and that was it for him.
How risky would you rate this behavior?
I would say it's very risky nowadays, especially with the abundance of social media and everyone doing it. Back when I was doing this stuff, it was not that bad.
To all the viewers back home, I would say this. No amount of likes or views or follows is ever worth you risking your life. Should we start moving?
I think we should.
No surfing or riding outside of trains under any circumstances. Ride inside, stay alive.
So you'll see that like every 5 to 10 minutes. You'll see it in the stations, you'll hear it on the trains. On a line like this, they play it so often, you can't go one commute without hearing it. This campaign where they're playing all the announcements, it's literally fueling the fire in my opinion. The mayor thinks he's doing a good job spreading awareness about it, but in reality, kids will see that, they'll look up subway surfing on Instagram, and they'll literally just hop on top of the train because they see.
But like, there'll be a problem if they said nothing. It's so crazy. When you do the opposite, when you do one thing, the opposite is always true. If the mayor or whoever put up them posters and the announcements, whatever, whoever came up with the idea, did not do that, the parents would be like, well, why aren't y'all talking about it? We need to keep our kids informed. We want to keep them safe when they got to go out to school or wherever they need to go. And of course, yes, kids will be kids, but bro, I refuse to believe that every kid is just some mindless beehive mind that just listens to the crowd, bro. I refuse to believe that, bro. You are your own person, bro. You just see something that looks cool and think that it is when it's really not. It's dangerous and stupid, bro. They can make their own choices. I just don't think they want to. They would rather listen to someone else than to have control and listen to themselves.
People are discouraging it.
As a kid,
but at the same time, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're all encouraging it.
This is the first time I've seen this.
Think it's cool.
I've never seen this before.
Maybe not think of the consequences.
Unless it was the game.
One wrong move and it's it for them.
You seem like a smart kid that would come from a good home.
If I'm real, I have a lot of issues. Like, mentally, it's hard, but, you know, riding on top of the train, riding on the back, it was a way I coped with it, you know? It really was at the time. But, you know, after I stopped this phase in my life, I started to slowly mature, and I put myself into school, completed some technical school stuff, and now I'm on my way trying to get employment, see a better future of myself.
And how old were you when you started?
I was 16, and I stopped when I was 18.
And what made you get out of the game?
So
why
in
weren't you in
December
school?
2022, someone in our group, he fell under a train and passed away while I was on top of it.
Police say a 15-year-old was on the top of the southbound J train around 11:30 this morning when he fell and hit the electrified third rail. Teams from the MTA and the police responded, but it was too late.
Attention everyone, if you have questions or need to report an issue to the police, the MTA police is located at the station.
There's a lot of police presence on this line. Back then, when I was doing it on this line, you could pretty much get away with it whenever, I could go up and down the whole line, surf, back, top, do anything I wanted, and not have any repercussions for it. But because it's gotten so popular, the police see it on social media, police officers loading station on this line.
You shouldn't have been doing it regardless.
A lot more often.
Whether it got popularized or not.
Or if they're running on top of the train, they'll hold it. But it's gotten to a whole other level nowadays. You see, a building like that says with the blue stripe 50. Yeah. They'll go on the roof of that building because it's a vantage point where they can see the train tracks. And if they see kids riding on top of the train, they will literally deploy drones, which will record the activity, and then they'll stop the train before it even gets to the station, and then they'll just have police waiting for them.
Actually kind of smart, if I'm being honest. It's actually smart.
There was just one right here.
Boy, I got issues.
What made you do that?
Adrenaline.
You have the adrenaline shakes right now, huh?
A little.
Yeah? You're there with Crocs too, huh?
Yeah.
Is he in slippers?
Anything doesn't matter to me.
Can I tell you something? This morning, a kid died doing this. Do you hear that?
I don't have a phone. I haven't been really updated.
What does that make you think?
So how did you figure this out? How did you know?
Other people that I know died from doing this. It's really stupid.
Why did you do it then?
So why do you, exactly?
Growing up younger, I didn't really get treated with any respect or love. So just made me become who I am. I started doing illegal shit, dangerous shit like this. If I'm gonna be real, it's a drug. It's literally a drug. You can't stop. I was doing this.
Bro, this is
2021,
dumb.
2022. I just tried to
just because you ain't get loved the way you should have and shouldn't mean you should be doing this stuff now.
At some point, you'll learn, you'll mature, and you'll figure out what you want to do with yourself. For my age, I've matured, but there's still some things that just affected me when I was younger. which makes me who I am right now. I also was abused when I was younger. I was with mom and dad.
If the ride home goes wrong, what would you want? What message did you have for your mom, or what would you want her to know?
I just wanted to know what I felt before. To take into account what she did was wrong. That's really much. Though I still love her, I can't feel it.
Like a kind of a big brother, I just say.
Bro, you're not helping yourself doing this type of stuff, though. I'm not saying what happened to you should have happened or that it was good. You said your mom and dad were abusing you, but now you're abusing yourself. You are risking your life jumping on these, 50, 60 mile per hour trains that board a lot of people. Bro, you never know what could happen, bro. It could be some emergency stuff, bro. Some people could be doing some dumb stuff, whatever the case might be. And then the train has to come to a full stop. Something happens with the brakes, unfortunately. Then what happens then? Please look for better, bro. Get into like some sports or karate, something, bro. Community center, something, bro. They got community centers in New York, right? Like a Boys and Girls Club or something.
Say, like, think about your future, that you bring a lot of value to the world, and you can bring a lot of value to the world. So that would be very sad to hear something happening to you from this.
Don't keep making the same mistakes.
All right, let's keep this moving.
There's different groups to this shit, and people have beef with one another, so it's just a part of it.
The last kid said that a lot of these kids carry knives, the subway surfers.
Kids stay strapped sometimes with knives. I saw one video of a kid whipping out a gun on top of the train. It was...
Where are they getting this?
A lot of these kids are armed and dangerous in a way.
Yes.
There is a Manhattan bound local 7 train to.
This is not a game.
Oh yeah, made it up.
So when you guys are doing this, ever once has an adult tried to stop you from doing it?
Yeah, of course, so many times, man. That shit just be funny.
How do they try and stop you?
You think your life is funny? Are you listening to yourself right now? Look, I know the highest age here is probably 17. If it's any higher, you should be ashamed of yourself even more. You think this is a joke? This is no joke. You're laughing at your life, potentially your brother's, your friend's life, your brother friend's life, like your friends have a brother's life. Like, bro, none of this is funny. And if y'all thought it was actually something, these masks would not be on y'all face, bro. If y'all didn't genuinely care some sort of way, y'all would not be skied up, masked up. He got on a doctor's mask, because the truth of the matter is y'all know it's dumb, but y'all gonna continue to do it anyway.
It was my friend actually. He was trying to go up, and there was some big buff guy. He was like at least 300 pounds, and he tried to like fight him for real, because he tried to stop him to not go up. They started grabbing on each other, and then punches going through. Also, you got like the Karens that like think they're entitled, and them saying shit will just magically get us down.
So if a lady tries to stop you, she's a Karen?
I get it, they just be looking out for us and stuff, but we was just having fun. There's a lot of moms that see us.
It's funny till you get injured.
What y'all doing? Like, y'all got a life to live. But like, we really don't give a f. We used to, but now I understand. But before, nobody cared and stuff, so they were still gonna do it at the end of the day. A lot of kids, they lost their life just because they saw something cool on the internet. Just like me though, but thank God I ain't lose my life. We're all here, we're all live well. Grateful to be living another day.
Yeah, you still continue to make the same stupid decisions.
What the consequences of subway surfing
You're not
are,
that
we're gonna
grateful.
go talk to someone who shouldn't be alive today. All right, good to meet you, man. How are you?
Great to meet you.
June
June 23rd, 2022. I guess some of my friends, we go on the train, we go to the Tangram Mall in Flushing, Queens. We initially go to see a movie. Turns out we didn't see a movie, and then we decided to head back to Astoria. We hop on the 7 train, surf before. So I'm gonna take the chance to surf it right now, might as well. And then I climbed up, but I'm sitting there, And then there's this little beam, this little metal beam lined up at the entrance of the stop. That was like in perfect correlation with my head. I was sitting on the train with my legs dangling in between the carts. Everybody always asked me if I saw the beam. Obviously I saw the beam, but in order for a human to process what to do, like to duck under the beam, you would have already been there by the time it would have processed in your brain to duck.
I don't know
How
how to
close
put it in
was it?
words. Like, this is my best friend. I started begging God. Like, I got down on the floor in a nasty bathroom in the hospital. I remember, like a nasty, pissy hospital floor. I was on the floor, like literally begging.
When you first saw him, did you even think he was gonna survive?
He was never not gonna make it in my head. It me up. Like, it up, but I still was like, I'm like a type of person where everything is resolvable. Everything.
So what we about to see right now, we pretty much about to see one of our dead friends who had passed. God may bless his soul. This is what we wrote for him to send our blessings to him.
The day he passed away,
yeah,
a lot of people showed up, all his friends, like all of us that used to surf. But we don't condone that surfing stuff anymore.
At all, so please do not try this at home at all whatsoever, please. It's crazy too, because he was young. He was only like 14. He was only 14 at the time when this happened.
You don't have to get super specific, but what was he going through at home that this is where he was here?
The most that I do know, him, his family, they were in the midst of struggling at the time. So they were at tough times, so we had to back him up with some clothing and everything, because he was backed up at the time. Sometimes talking about him is not really an easy topic to bring up with him and everything. It's just like, because there could have been times where we could have really saved him.
Do you guys wrestle with guilt about the situation?
Yeah, we do.
Pretty much these are all the blessings on behalf of Jeff. Fly high, Jeff, you know.
That day was crazy. When I heard the news, I couldn't even believe it. Our man's called. He was like, oh, he fell off the train. He hit his head. It was bad. Bro, we were just hoping he was okay for real. When I saw the news later that night, they told me that he passed away. I was just crying. I couldn't believe it at all, because that was really my closest friend. And he was the coolest friend I ever had. Like, he was funny, laughing. Whatever he needed me, I always pull up on him. That shit was just sad. He was down for anything too. Bridges, tunnels, whatever. We lost two. Our friend Kayvon also, he died surfing the Williamsburg. But thank God we quit that shit. We don't do that shit anymore. Whatever y'all see right now, that's only for today. For those that still do it, they need to stop. It's not even cool anymore. It's not worth your life.
Okay, they stopped. Still don't understand why they did in the first place, but okay.
Okay, so they said they're gonna go on a run. I'm gonna follow them under the train. I'm obviously gonna stay in the train. This stuff makes me really nervous. I mean, there's a lot of parallels between this and the Kia Boys to me. See how this goes. So we'll see you after this mission.
I see you, Tommy. Wait, what happens if they get caught, Tommy? Do you just act like, I don't know them kids? It takes one slip, one miscalculated jump. Did they put a drone in the air just for...
What's going through your heads right now?
Right now, a lot right now. A lot of good things, definitely. It was beautiful just now. Just being on top of there. It looked beautiful from that sunset. Definitely.
What influenced you starting this in the first place?
I had a past family member of mine who did it at one point, and I kind of picked it up from him, technically speaking.
Can we get these guys and get out of here? Can we get out of here? Let's go.
We're just worried about the cost. We're not trying to get, arrested. We 18 and shit.
Definitely. Central bookings is not paying.
Shouldn't have done it, buddy.
Being in the jail cell.
I understand let's put a video, but like.
Seen a lot of shit there.
Have you guys gotten locked up for doing this before?
Yeah, I have. You have? I've been locked up. I only got locked up once just for surf. We were surfing like in Brooklyn, and we got caught up because there was cops at the station. We tried to like get low. I ran on the tracks, but you see like the cops is at the next station just waiting for us, and then they tackled us. Some guy tried to tase me, but luckily he did it.
Do you think the cops are coming for you right now? Do you feel like that noise is for you?
No. They're not really worried about this subway surfing shit out like that.
Do your guys' parents know you do this?
Really?
Yeah, My mom and dad, they know, but they don't support it. I told them I stopped. I basically did stop. I just
I'd be
started
surprised if
doing it,
they did.
Recently again. It's just fun. That adrenaline, it's fun. I kind of see it like more as like a scenery thing. So whenever I'm up there and I see the sunset, I'm like, yeah, it looks beautiful. It's like something like to get.
How about you watch the sunset on Google? How about you watch a YouTube video of the sunset? Or get a VR headset.
Away from like your problems. Like,
Ask for it for
like,
Christmas.
Whenever I feel like down, I just come outside, either paint, explore, or surf sometimes. Mission accomplished.
With this specific situation, is high risk and no reward. The people that was trained surfing, they end up being washed up old, like niggas that ain't really doing nothing with their life at the end of the day.
Was there any part of you that was mad at him after?
Not even a little bit. A few months before this happened, there was a video that went viral on social media, not just in New York, it was all over the world. It was a video of kids running and playing on top of a train that was going over the Williamsburg Bridge.
The video shared on TikTok shows a first-hand view. 8 people out for a joyride on top of subway cars as it traveled over the Williamsburg Bridge. The group appears to be having the time of their lives.
I was like, yo, Terrell, look at this shit, it's crazy. I was like, I hope you ain't doing no dumb shit. He was like, nah, hell no, I don't do no stupid shit like that. And come to find out, like, he might have even been in that video.
Why are these kids doing this?
For the rush that they get, like the adrenaline rush.
How many times have you done this previously successfully?
Before my accident?
Yes.
At least double digits.
We talking close?
Oh my God. Double digits? Well, that's way too much. What do you mean double digits? It is not worth your life.
Closer to 10 or closer to 90?
Closer to like 30.
He pretty much doesn't have control of the left side of his body.
Almost like you had a stroke.
The whole left side of his body. So the fact that he is making himself walk, like he's manipulating his body, and he's been doing a lot of physical therapy over the past 2.5 years to get to this point. Balance. Things are very different now.
So what kind of impact you want to have?
An impact that like kills it and ends train surfing in general.
These are kids right here. What do you think about that?
Rather dangerous.
Do you think they should get in trouble for that?
If they live, perhaps they should, yes. I mean, I grew up in this city. I remember it's been ages, but it's been going on decades after decades. If you know, thrills shouldn't risk your life.
It's dumb as you're risking your whole life. Why are you getting on top of a train?
What should happen to these guys if they're caught?
Jail. Go to jail. That's it. Go to jail. Because you're supposed to be at school getting your education.
I know a friend who knew a friend that died from subway surfing. His name is Kasi. He died like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Don't subway surf.
I think anybody that puts their life in danger, you gotta hope that they don't hurt themselves.
What would you say if you had a son that was doing this?
If my son was doing this, I'd probably tell him the choices that you make, you're gonna have to face them. I'm gonna tell you a safe choice, and from that you make your decision, and you have to live with the choices that you make.
¿Qué tan re loco? No, yo no
he
lo
was
haría.
spitting.
Si tú puedes dar un mensaje a
niños
que hacer esto, ¿qué vas a decir?
Que cuiden su vida, estamos muy
Take care of your
jóvenes para
life.
morir tan
Very
temprana
young.
edad.
To
Hay
die so early,
que trabajar,
work
estudiar,
and study,
vivir la vida y
live your life.
confíen en Dios.
And have
Que
confidence
todo
in
le va a
God.
salir bien.
Everything will be
God bless
okay.
you.
Muchas gracias.
Somewhere in the bowels of the New York subway system, this crew has a secret spot. After finding a way to pop open a secret door, here's where we went next.
Let's journey into the bowels
The
of
fact
New
that
York.
there's a door like that in New York.
Not exactly sure when it was open, but I think it was around 1950, 1970. Yeah, it was used for, I think, a shuttle train to Fort Rockaway. Something like that.
Upgrade your doors or something. Get a new lock.
And not a lot of customer service down here, if I'm right. The trains wasn't being like used, like I don't know, the plan just went wrong. I don't know exactly, so I'm not too deep into that, but it stopped being in service around the 70s. I'm not pretty sure, maybe the 60s. But yeah, it's been like this for a minute. My name is C-Stags. I've been doing this for over 2 to 3 years. My specialty is rooftops and tunnels.
Tell me about your home life.
I went through a lot. My parents got divorced. My mom, it was just me and her. You know, she raised me along and stuff. One of my good old friends brought me along to all these places. I met these guys. They brought me along with them as family.
How do you describe how this group treats each other?
He felt like he needed to do it.
All
They
loving.
was the first people that made him feel like family.
We look out for each other and everything. Something happens, we're there for each other.
My name is Slash BT. I just started subway surfing like about 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a crazy rodeo, man. If I never started this, I don't even know what I'll be doing right now. Probably be in the streets or some shit. Because I could be in the streets doing like worse stuff. Like this is just like a little misdemeanor.
Or you be doing better stuff.
Than the street. Even though some stuff like subway surfing, I could die, but at the same time, I feel like being in the streets, you could die too.
What does this crew mean to you?
This crew is not even a crew.
You're saying it like they're both good options. They're not.
It's a family for real. Everything
Not one's better than the other.
They know something.
They both could lead to the same thing.
For real.
What's your home life like?
I'm not gonna say I grew up poor or like in a bad, I guess, environment, but I grew in a bad neighborhood, but I feel like I had a good mom, good dad.
Does your family know you do this?
In some sort of way, they do. They don't like it. They want me to stop, and I try, feel me, but it's just sometimes it's like, what else? Like, there's nothing else to do for real.
Yo, what's good? My name is Sosa.
Play basketball.
I surf as much as I used to. I mainly be urbexing. I've been urbexing like for about a good couple of years now.
Make clothes.
I was 12 at the first time. My older brother had put me on it, so I've only like really been like in the tunnels and everything for the most part. Like only because
why he sound
just
low?
The history behind like the city, if anything.
What are your other hobbies?
My other hobbies, more so of an artist now. Trying to become more heavy into being like a fashion designer type. Like I'm trying to like launch like a clothing brand.
What does this crew mean to you?
Crew, definitely a family. Like it's like another part of my family because like we was all able to accept each other for who we were as people. And you know, we was always free to do as we pleased. We always looked after each other. We went through a lot together. That's definitely one thing.
My name is Laos VAT. I do all this crazy shit. I do graffiti, you know. I've been doing this shit for how long?
Does your family know you do this?
Yeah, unfortunately, when I got arrested. And yeah, they just don't want me doing it, they don't accept it, but I still do it. It's fun, like that adrenaline.
What does this crew mean to you?
Why do people think adrenaline only comes from one thing?
I basically grew up with them. We've been doing this shit for how long? I knew them for like how long?
How's life at home? What's your home life like?
My home life? I don't really got nothing going on at home. I would rather be outside than home. For me, home is boring.
Do you know many people that have died doing this?
2 people, both of them were my friends. His name was Kayvon and John.
I really don't understand their mindset on this.
Story was Kayvon back in 2022. I was like,
they see their friends die and still think it's okay.
It was terrifying. So basically, it was like a turn. He lost control and he fell off. When I was going back down, all I seen was his backpack on like
He was born in 2007.
The rail, so I already knew what happened. I was like, damn. And then the firefighters had to come up, all that. And then they told us the news that he passed away.
If there's young guys out there that see your stuff on TikTok, Instagram, and think, I want to try this myself, what would you tell them?
Don't do it. Don't follow my footsteps. You'll get hurt. Your family's gonna be the ones that's gonna feel the pain. It's not gonna be you. It's gonna be passed away.
All right, guys, this has been a look into the world of the subway surfers.
You can give the best advice to everyone else but yourself.
If the risk is not worth the reward, don't bother doing it. Take your shots wisely, do things that are gonna advance you in the right direction, and stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next week.
See you, Tommy. If you are new to the channel, you like this reaction, subscribe. I did just react to Duke going to Germany for the first time since the army. So if you want to see that, that'll be up on the screen. Like, comment, share. I've been Zy, and I'm out. Peace.